Alright. Let me just find a comfortable way to sit. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Alright, no one's watching so far. Alright. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Let's start this thing. Ah, good old road trips, full of promise and potential for adventure, soul-searching, and incredible scenery. Or at least that's what you thought before the novelty wore thin. As of now, your legs are cramping up, you've exhausted your travel plans 2 times over, and your stomach is begging for something to eat. On top of all that, you're pretty sure you're lost. Driving through Oregon paints a picture of trees, and more trees. Especially on the endless winding roads you're taking up north. All that breaks the pattern is a sign that zips past with words that you're just able to make out. Gravity Falls. The road continues on, giant redwoods looming on both sides. You find yourself anticipating something, because as you drive on, you can feel it. Something strange is bound to happen here. Something weird. And that's when it happens. Your car picks up speed. The change came out of nowhere, and you quickly put your foot on the brakes, but horrifyingly, the car seems to be driving on its own willpower. Trying to stay calm, despite the panic welling in your chest, you pull the emergency brake, only to find the car resists to keep moving forward like something is pulling it. The car begins to rattle, the wheels screech against the country road, and you're screaming. Till crash. There it is. There's smoke. Why is there smoke? You cough, fumble for the door, and manage to undo the lock just before the door is wrenched outward from your grasp. Something lands on your shoulder. A hand. Hold on, let me just put the word out. Hey, guys, come join my stream. Oh, get Gus. That's not what I meant to say. Hey, guys, come join my stream. Okay. Are you alright? Oh, yay! I love this game. I've played it before, but like, not in a long time. And now I'm playing it again. And I can't wait. A man stands at your car door, your open car door. His hand on his shoulder leaves to tilt your head up, and he pulls a flashlight from his coat, shining it in your eyes. 2 blinks, and he lets your chin go. His eyes dart over the rest of you, looking for injury. Still stunned, all you do is watch. What's your name? I have to take regular person. Okay. Okay, I'm Stanford Pines, Ford for short. I'll shake your hand. You look shaken up enough as it is. You seem fine as far as I can tell, but you shouldn't head back out there anytime soon. Where on earth were you driving in such a hurry? You open your mouth to explain when a voice calls from inside the house. It's him. It's him. It's him. It's him. It's him. Ah! Poindexter, this better not be one of your experiments again. I've had this place rebuilt too many times. There it is! The owner of the voice rocks out of the house and stops slack-dog beside of your car on the side of, you're guessing, his house. You must have hit your head earlier because we could swear you're seeing double. Sweet Moses, Ford, you've done it this time. What? This had nothing to do with me. I was testing my magnet gun and they must have pulled this victim of circumstance into the house. I suppose it is entirely my fault. I'm incredibly sorry. Let's reassure myself. I can't believe this. My car! What's going on? Who are these men? Why did this happen to you? Everything's gonna be fine. I'm gonna get through this. Ah! Hey look, it's fine, alright? Sure there's a dent in the hood from the shack signage and a crack from the windshield that looks like an ominous triangle, but I'm sure she'll still run. Try to start the car, sputters, but ultimately nothing happens. You feel like crying. Oh. Well, it's called tow truck for this unfortunate soul here, and forget, I'll take care of it. You're right, it is cheaper to tow it yourself, Sixer, and get that magnet gun out again. No, Stanley, I'm going to fix this. Ah! I love him so much. Look at him! What? Huh, you fixed this mess? I figured out a few alien vehicles in my time. Nah, are you kidding me? It takes some kind of miracle worker to bring this baby back to life, and this miracle worker is on vacation. Stanley, a moment. Ford and Stanley turned away, and you're left to your thoughts. Who could anticipate a car accident like this in the middle of a road trip? You could take care of the car. How are you going to get home? They run buses out here, right? So you take a bus out here, and then... Ford clears his throat, shifting a litter awkwardly in place. Seems like they finished their talk. So there are a few options. My brother Stanley here could drive you out to town to find a place to stay the night, or you could stay the night here. We have some maps and information you can look at in the gift shop, and in the morning we can help you with your car. What do you say? Just as you're about to answer, another high-pitched voice comes from inside the house. Uncle Stan, picture this, a whole week of, oh my gosh. The girl that runs out of the house comes to a halt beside your car. Oh great, it's Mabel. Aw, Mabel's the best. Uncle Ford, why is it everyone automatically thinks I'm at fault? Well, this time it is my fault, but I've just invited Kay here to stay with us for the night if she'd like. I'm sure we can fix this, I just have to figure out how. Stanley sized. I could take a look. Being on vacation's pretty boring, and the old Stanmobile hasn't needed a tune-up yet, so it wouldn't be too bad to work on something in the meantime. Thank you, Stanley. I'm sure I can put something together from the gadgets I have laying around and need these specialized tools to help you with the job. Now let me introduce myself. I'm Mabel. You can ask me anything. I pretty much know everything there is to know about this place. Wait, hold on. I haven't even said anything yet. I appreciate your offer to let me stay and to repair your car. Yeah, it'll be good as new in my hands. I mean, look at my Stanmobile. She's been through the ringer. Who knows how many times, and she's still a beauty. He points at a red car parked a distance away. You can't really see how beautiful it is at this distance, but he sounds really confident. Well, this turn of events is fortuitous, because I'm gonna date him. For repairs, free lodging, there's no better deal to be found. And if things don't work out, the town probably has some sort of auto repair shop you can head to instead. Well, I accept. Thanks for the help. And my apologies again. What an embarrassment. I must have made such an elementary mistake. As the Pines lead you inside the house, Mabel leaves her number in your phone for you to call whenever, and you find out Ford's twin goes by Stan. This part's of the house, but just outside the door of the Mystery Shack. Hey, you ever been to the Mystery Shack before? I wanted to, actually. I saw a bumper sticker while I was out on the road and got curious. You're in your uninterrupted way of trying to triumph, ha! The bumper stickers were a good investment. And 6 says that you played and graphically simplistic and don't even have an address on them, Stanley. How's anyone supposed to find the place to attract customers? Sixer, did you hear that? Well, they are graphically simplistic. I don't know how she found the place, let alone thought. What is the Mystery Shack was compelling. I kinda liked it. See, she kinda liked it. I like you, Kay. Good, because I love you. How about I give you a tour sometime tomorrow? Regular price. Tomorrow? Then I'll have to squeeze in all my get-to-know-you questions in today. Hey, tell me, capybara, yes or no? At that moment, a boy passes in the hallway at the far doorway and Ford calls out to him. Dipper, my boy, I'm surprised I didn't see you run out to the scene of the crime. Crime? Oh, crime. I have an alibi, I swear. Oh, you have someone with you. Hey, haha, I'm not suspicious at all. Did you guys see that car in the shack, in the side of the shack, though? For a second I thought the Manitors were back with the grudge. Yes, about that, Dipper. Meet Kay. I've stranded her car here by accident. She's staying here for the time being. Sorry, stranded her car here? You crashed it? Yeah, the acid shack fell on it and everything, and the windows are cracked. One window, the windshield. And Kay was lucky to make it out alive. She's fine. No injuries, thankfully. The magnet gun's rather safe despite never having been tested in a formal setting. Yeesh, did you not, take safety precautions or anything? Actually, the irony of the situation is that I was trying to install a safety precaution. Hey, if you guys are gonna do your nerd talk, I'm gonna get Kay set up. Mabel, sweetie, why don't you show Kay around? Let her stay in the storage room. That's still empty, right? I'll make it empty. Mabel, you're so cute. The rest of the day consists of Mabel showing you the storage room you'll be staying in, then the kitchen, and the living room, and the hallway, and the bathroom, and pretty much a comprehensive tour of the mundanities of a regular house. Eventually you find out that the family is even more extended than you know. Decorative dollies make a lot more sense knowing that a grandmother normally lives here, and her grandson, Zeus. Or was it Zeus? Whatever the name, you look forward to meeting him when he comes for work in the morning. When you go up to the attic, Mabel opens the door and reveals Dipper, nose stuck in his book, but you catch him occasionally glancing up at you as he pretends to read. The next member of the family snorts up at you from Mabel's bed, a rotund pink pig, who Mabel declares is her best friend and partner in crime models. The two are a perfect match right down to the chunky cheeks and movable noses. And in the evening, though, you'd still be in disbelief over the state of your car. The family dinner and after-dinner TV marathon you've been invited to made it seem like a normal guest stay rather than a forced circumstance. Returning to the storage room Mabel had shown you earlier, you find an air mattress waiting for you, and more pillows and sheets than a summer night warrants. You wake up to the weak glare of sunlight streaming in through the small, high window in the wall. You can't remember your room having this kind of feature, or any hotel or motel for that matter, and then yesterday comes crashing back to you. You glance at the time to see you must have slept into the afternoon. Experience the accident yesterday must have left you tired out. Despite having been assured yesterday evening that you were free to do anything in the fridge, you still feel like you're imposing on the Pines family and try to prepare as polite a guest breakfast as you can. You wash your dishes in the sink before you leave, and just as you're about to exit the kitchen, you bump into Ford. You're yes from yesterday, of course. For a good solid moment, Ford regards you in awkward silence. Ford clears his throat. I believe Stanley's taking a look at your car outside if you want to be there for it. You even know I'd make to leave for real this time before it speaks up again. And Kay, I'm sorry again for the accident. If I'd been smarter about it, well, let's just say it's entirely my fault. You shouldn't worry about this at all. When it comes down to it, Stanley does have a knack for cars. I predict you'll be back on the road in a matter of weeks. Weeks. You can't keep the dismay off your face and can't really bring yourself to try to either. What am I gonna do with weeks? I know what you're gonna do with weeks. I know what I'd do with weeks. Date Stan. That's it. That's my only plan for the next few weeks. That's it. That's it. Ford, who'd gone kind of uncomfortable and closed off when your face fell, recovers at the prospect of the question he can answer. Well, there's the town tour, of course, and the mystery shack. But if you ask me, all that pales in comparison to. Hold on, you hear that? Ford turns to the kitchen doorway to investigate. Sounds like. The sound comes again. This time you hear it as well. The squeal of a pig, followed by a pair of quick footsteps running down the stairs. Waddles tumbles past the open kitchen doorway, and Mabel comes into view soon after, a few sheets of paper in clutched hand. Ford steps quickly out of the kitchen, and you follow to the doorway, getting there just in time to see the apparent tug-of-war between Mabel and her pig over a slab of covered sheet of paper. The paper rips, and after nearly toppling backward from her efforts, Mabel recovers, snatching the scrap of ripped paper from Waddle's jaw, and lifting both pieces up victoriously. Haha! Mabel wins again. Now I just gotta find Uncle Ford. Ford, who'd run forward and had held a hand up to steady this energetic child when she'd been in danger of toppling over, now finds a number of crumpled sheets of paper shoved into his hands. Mabel tugs urgently at his coat. Uncle Ford, you gotta help me! Ford kneels down to face Mabel with a serious, though concerned look. Slow down, Mabel. What's the matter? Mabel found a stack of pages from your old journals, and I walked in, and Waddles ran up and started eating one, and he might have been chewing on it to warn me, Uncle Ford, 'cause look! Mabel takes the ripped half of paper back from Ford's hand and joins them together, holding it up for Ford to see. I see. And you took it as a warning? Yes, it says here that it eats small dogs, and Waddles is a small pig, and he sort of looks like a dog from far away, and Waddles must have feared for his life. Waddles seems to second this notion of the store, or not, as it seems the pig is lounging adorably a short distance away in the hallway. You can't imagine what this dangerous predator could be. Some kind of wolf? Something bigger? You're suddenly not so keen on staying anymore. Remember the pterodactyl I told you about? Waddles was so scared that time I can't let him leave my side. Pterodactyl? I suppose pigs are allowed in museums around here. How about I finish that repellent I never got around to completing? That'll keep Waddles safe from harm. Mabel flops down on the floor in relief. Uncle Ford, you're an actual lifesaver. Waddles, you have nothing to fear. Ford chuckles, lifting himself out of the kneel and standing back up. Alright, I'll go get my recipe. Ford turns to leave, and you suddenly remember that nothing better to do for the weeks you're going to be here. It wouldn't hurt to get to know Ford. He seems to know what there is to do around town anyway, and you'll need that to not die of boredom in the first week. Or, more pressingly, you could go check on your car and see what Stan's made of it so far. You're not exactly eager to face seeing your car inside of the house again, though. Check on my car! After Ford leaves, Mabel rows away with her pig toward the living room, and you head out of the house in search of Stan. The mystery shack should only have 4 main sides, but you feel like you've made rounds past 5 of them before finally seeing your absolute wreck of a car. You swear it looks even worse than it did when you crashed it. Stan stands before it, hands on his hips as he looks at the large wooden ass that made an indent in the car's hood. How bad is it? Can't tell yet, not till I get this letter off the hood. That ass never did like to stay in place. Mystery hack, huh? Look, if you're gonna insult me... Oh, you were just reading the sign. I'm fixing that later, alright? Just avert your eyes. Don't look at it. Offer to help him. Guess we should fix it as soon as possible, then. Sounds good to me. Give me a hand here, would ya? Stan directs you to help him push the wooden ass off the car. It stands a little on in its own dent, but with another firm shove, its end meets the ground. Stan gives another push with a grunt, and it tips, falling completely to the ground with a whomp. Now that it's free of its burden, Stan lifts up the dented hood of the car to take a look inside. He hums and hugs and rubs a hand over his chin in thought, walking over to his toolbox and grabbing a tool before walking back, still assessing the damage. Yeah, this one's gonna take a while. You've got parts that need replacing, not to mention she's not gonna look so hot after this, unless Ford's got the tech squirreled away somewhere that can smooth out these dents. The more he tells you of the situation, the more this all sinks in. You really are stuck here. Stan spots your worried frown. Hey, okay, right? Look, I know how this sounds, but when we on the job, you're all set and back on that road in no time. You think so? Kid, I know so. I even got a plan to get those replacement parts of yours. Might not be able to clean up all those scuff marks after I'm done, but she'll run. And hey, so maybe you gotta stay a couple days. So what? There are worse places to get stranded, believe me. In fact, I even say the Mystery Shack is the best place to get stranded. We've got all tons of stuff for people just passing through. Merchandise, magic, mystery, any other M words? Mayhem? You get the idea. Stan tosses the tool in his hand back in the toolbox, exchanging it for another. He works for a while longer in your silence, metallic clinks and the awkward heavy breath all that mixes in the sound of the outdoors. You stand by awkwardly, uncomfortable and a little useless. Can I help with anything? Know anything about cars? No. Stan straightens, cracks his back, and sets down a tool before leaning casually against the nearest fluid-bearing surface. He rubs his forehead and lets his hand fall to his waist and gives you an assessing look. How about collages, tall tales, improv? Yeah, I think I can handle that, but what does that have to do with this? You gesture at your stranded car, held in limbo between life and death by nothing other than Stan finds his car expertise and a little luck. Nothing. I was planning on having you help Zeus around the shack. Favor for a favor. What do you say? Well, it's more interesting than helping Ford with his pest problem. You accept. Alright, follow me. Follow Stan back into the Mystery Shack, passing by the showroom and getting a glimpse of an energetic figure leading a flock of tourists through a veritable sea of obviously fabricated oddities. Ugh. You hear the words, and this is the ninth wonder of the world, right in the Mystery Shack. It's what makes this place world famous, dudes. Stan notices your pace slowing as you listen and tosses an explanation back for you. That's Zeus. During operating hours, he's the Mystery Shack's one and only Mr. Mystery. I told him he didn't have to keep the shack running while he's on vacation, but the kid's got a passion for the role. You interested in that kind of stuff? I was thinking about going on a tour. Feels weird now that you're staying at the tourist trap, though. You were kind of going to poke fun at the exhibit. It's hard to do when you have to live around your tour guide. It's fine, really. Nah, I think I want to give you a tour of the place. You'll get one from the founder himself. You ever hear one of my plugs on the radio? We weren't really paying attention to the radio during the drive, just taking in the Oregon scenery. See the signs pointing to this place for over a mile down the road? Again, you were pretty preoccupied with the Oregon scenery, but you guess you did see some signs with question marks on them. That's some vague advertising. Just seeing what works. Bumper stickers, huh? Ha, still got one on Ford. Anyway, follow me, folks. Well, folk. Get ready to be amazed. Stan starts leading you back the way you came. You trail behind him a little skeptical, but definitely curious. Didn't you say the founder would lead the tour? Is Zeus the founder? Stan laughs. What? No, I'm the founder. Built this place from the ground up. Well, metaphorically speaking, I mean. The house was here, and the junk was here, but I was the one who spun this place into the wondrous house of mysterious junk. Stan gestures with his arms as if he's smoothing out a rainbow. You're not very impressed. Prepare to be amazed. You're still not very impressed, but his energy gets you hoping you'll be amazed anyway. There's a tour group in the showroom right now, so I'm taking you a different cycle that completely misses them. We're starting in the gift shop. You enter the gift shop, a simple room crowded top to bottom with standard tourist souvenirs and merchandise. You see t-shirts with question marks, mugs with question marks, and pretty much everything has question marks. In one corner of the room stands a lumpy attempt of the statue labeled the founder, recognizable as Stan only by the nose and glances. This room usually comes after I butter the customers up to buy things, Since you're staying a while, I'll have plenty of time to sell you stuff later. Take a look around. If you see an impulse buy, make it. Nothing like trusting your instincts. Founder statue. Yeah, she'll ask Marvel to carve it. You gotta admit that every version of me's got a charming smile, though. Charm. Thought we'd sold this thing years ago. Nah, I forgot to put a price on it. Just has a dollar sign on it. Sam takes a dark marker and squeezes in $9.99. Then he goes back and makes it $29.99. That jar's got a lot of eyeballs. T-shirt. Who doesn't love a good souvenir t-shirt? They're great for layering. And they got the Curistic Mystery Shack question mark on it. What makes it a Mystery Shack question mark instead of just a regular question mark? You ask too many questions. Or do you? He says that last part in his exaggerated tone that portrays it as a sales pitch. This guy has no Dipper used to wear one of those. Seuss told me they sold like hotcakes after Ford tossed his journals into the bottomless pit. Funny, those events have no correlation. Journals, bottomless pit. We'll have a chance to swing by the bottomless pit later. It's a prime spot on every tour because the toll makers are always accidentally trip in, and I get to leave the tour without them for 20 minutes. I'm kidding. Should have seen the look on your face. I absolutely know how to read that thing, and you should buy it. Just because you're staying over does not mean you get to sneak over here for a popsicle. I can do that. And that's because this used to be my place, and I get founder benefits. I also get founder dibs in the pineapple ice pops. You can't actually take one out of that stack. I glued them together way back when. Secret business trick. And you're telling me because no one will ever believe you. Then they'll try it, and the whole stack will fall on the floor. You notice the break it you buy it sign on the wall. Seuss has always been the hardest worker in the place. It was only natural to hand it over to him. Alright, done looking. You sure? Well, I think we hear the tour group heading out of the showroom anyway. Now, most tourists don't appreciate nature's artistic genius. By which I mean my artistic genius, because I remembered you're going to help me out today. You don't think up a money-making wonder like the Sasquatch by having a boring 9-to-5 office job. You think it up when you wonder, why hasn't anyone found the Sasquatch? Could it be that its name has been mispronounced this whole time? Anyway, just let me know when you soaked up enough inspiration from this room, because you're going to need to use it right after. Just gonna admire him for a moment. There's one person watching. Hello, one person watching. Thank you for being here. Please admire all you like. I damn well will. Alright, just putting another little come join my stream out there. Because there's only one person. And while it's nice to have one person, I would like to have a little bit more. Alright. Finishing up my romance game. What romance game were you playing? What romance game? I want to know. It's Valentine's Day. I gotta know. Mystic Messenger, of course. Yeah, I started playing it, but I couldn't get into it, and all the little events that happened, I would always miss. So I have to go back and like click on them, and they wouldn't be in real time. I don't know. I lost interest, but I know about it. All right, I'm done admiring him. I mean, I'm never done admiring him, but I'm done admiring him for now. All right, come on. You gotta see what makes this place the Mystery Shack instead of this shack. We're making another attraction for the showroom. You follow Stan through the living room into the kitchen where stuffing and animal parts are strung across the surface to your left. Stan pulls out a thick needle and spool of thread, and as an afterthought adds a couple nails and a hammer to the pile. It seems a little unsanitary to do this right across from the fridge. It has the potential to look almost gruesome if it wasn't so oddly cartoonish. He steps up to the workspace and pulls up the googly eyes that have been glued over the lifeless, glassy ones, typical of taxidermy. Mabel's contribute to the craft project remain firmly intact. Huh, that's what I get for letting Mabel bring her stash of scrapbooking supplies. That's one more thing to add to the backstory. Backstory? What, you don't think tourists are dumb enough to believe the things you're selling them is really what you tell them it is just like that, do ya? Because if you do, you'll be sent to business in Gravity Falls. Anywhere else, though, customers take a little more work. See, every good piece comes with some kind of story, or if you're Poindexter, some kind of lore. Horror stories work pretty well, because with enough suggestion, people can always find ways to spook themselves. Done it for years. It's kind of an art. Stan appears nonchalant, but you can see a quiet pride within him. Good. He should be proud of himself. Also, I'm in love with him. Stan merely looks amused. Oh yeah, let's see you take a shot at it after I put this thing together. You said you've done this for years? Always had a knack for it, even when I was a kid. Sure, there's a little learning curve involved, and I've had a few unhappy customers over the years. Stan pauses seemingly to reminiscence, and the mixed smile grimace on his face tells you he probably had many, many unhappy customers. But mostly I've run a great business on telling lies. I mean stories. You're learning from a true master, kid. Stan grins melt into something softer, maybe a little bittersweet. My brother wanted to drag me off on a trip with him. Couldn't say no, and I couldn't just close the place, so I left it all to Seuss. Practically grew up in this place, you know. Definitely wouldn't have trusted it to Wendy. She's usually cashier around here in the summer. It's weird having to explain all this to you. I keep thinking you already know all this. I do already know all this! You can take a man out of the Mystery Shack, but you can never take the mystery out of a man. Specifically me, which is why I'm back to work even though I don't have to. 30 years of the same routine will do that to you. Vision, make money, what other vision do you need? That's fair. But over the years, sure, I've used the mystery line for advertising. Who isn't curious? Who doesn't want to be amazed? Kids are the most skeptical of the bunch, though, let me tell you. Once they hit about 8 or 9, they love trying to prove it's all fake. Then they get older and realize there's nothing good left in the world unless you pretend there is. And everyone pretends along with you, because they're all desperate. Stan turns his attention back to the workspace, and you notice once more the daunting selection of items that lay upon the table. It's not the number of them, but the variety that makes you unsure of how you're going to craft something out of this. I can't talk today. Yeah, I don't know what you're going to do with that stuff. Surprise me. Stan walks off to the side, too. You guessed, do some work of his own. You're glad he's not going to watch you the whole way through. Something else that you need. Hey Stan, I'm finished. Hey, not bad, Kate, not bad at all. Stan lifts your anomalous albumin aloft triumphantly. That's a lot of words. So what's the story here? Give it to me. How do you want to approach this? Just have fun with it. This is the fish gherkin, a fish squirrel chicken. Stan nods appraisingly. Sounds like you got the hang of this. Alright, this thing's about as close to show ready as it'll get. Wait here a sec. Stan carries a showpiece out of the room. After a few moments, you hear his footsteps return and he comes to the room with 2 cans of pit cola. Stan sets one down on the dining table. Its condensation starting a slow drip onto the table surface. He waves you over to join him, and you slide into the seat across from him. Nothing like a cold one to finish up the day. Cheers. He picks up his can, gesturing towards you with it as he leans leisurely back on his chair, and you watch as he takes a sip. It's a nice-looking sip, and now you're staring. Yeah, I'm staring. I've been staring since I met him. Duh. You pull over your own can and pop it open. So, got any questions for me? Chocolate tends to ease me into a new place. Might do the same for you. Let's ask. Ford. Is Ford usually like that? You mean trying to fix what ain't broken and ain't making trouble? Nah, he was the good twin growing up. You were the troublemaker, I can tell. Stan laughs. You have no idea. I love you. I love you so much. The showroom already seemed full when I saw it earlier. Why make more? Tourists love variety. Put up a sign advertising a new attraction and they'll come pouring through the doors. When I started this place, I didn't think I'd, like making these. It used to be just another thing that made money. Now I'm stuck with it. Guess 30-something years of routine to do that to a man. Stan sounds gruff, but it's a fond gruffness. Sixer says keeping familiar habits helps too, so I picked it up. Think I could sell some of these as art pieces? Yes. Yeah, I could pay him with buyers and sell them at even more ridiculous prices than I usually would. I'd buy one. I'm holding you to that. Tell me about yourself. Stan laughs nervously. What is this, the first date? Yes! Please! Can it be? Well, I'm Stan Pines. Stan Pines, imaginator, town darling, used to be proprietor of the Mystery Shack. He pauses and stay paused. You give him an expected look that wants him to continue, and he clears his throat nervous. What, you were serious? I don't get this offer. The longest I could get from the list of these when I'm selling him something, and even then, it's tough luck. The last time someone listened to me, they tried to eat me. Can you believe that? I barely got much meat left on me. And keep going. You can't just end it there. Stan gives an uncertain smile, which becomes a full-on grin, and he laughs. Alright, I'll tell you. So there's this irresistible thing called revenge. Stan tells you a tale of a road trip, mountain full of mummies, and a woman who is secretly a spider. They don't believe a word of it, but you find yourself enjoying it anyway. Stan knows how to hold his audience in a decent suspense, and he seems to light up whenever you laugh at the right parts, grinning along with you. Before today, you've never even heard of Mr. Mystery before. But now, you feel like you're really seeing something special here, one-on-one with the man himself. So, you got any more questions for me about his past? You're really interested in me, huh? Yes, I am! Yes, I am! So, why do you ask everyone these kind of questions? I'm mainly interested in you! Alright, ever heard of smuggling bugs? No? Exactly. That's because everyone in the business is good at keeping secrets. Really good. So why am I telling you this now? I'm out of the business. I don't care. This absolutely isn't so that the authorities question you and give false information that leads them off the trail. Right. Stan loads you up with false information that may or may not contain kernels of truth within them. It's surprisingly hard to tell whether the crazier parts are embellishment or the real deal. Stan tips his head back to get that final sip of pit and sets his empty can down with an air of finality. Okay, you did good for your first try. If you feel like helping me around again sometime, return the favor on the car, let me know. You know, and Stan gets up to leave when you remember something. Wait, I still owe you the price of admission, right? For the tour earlier? No, don't worry about it. It gives me something to hold over you if I need it. He says that and he leaves, but even from what little you've seen from him, you feel like Stan's not the type to really hold it over you. At least not for anything serious. This tour chap might have more to offer you than you thought. Yeah, bar is gonna get filled all the way to the end. All the way to the end. It's like you were made for each other. Damn right. Hell yeah. You wake up to a loud crash downstairs. Not entirely uncommon in this house, you're quickly finding out, but still disconcerting. More clatters and thumps lead you to the kitchen, where Mabel teeters on a short step ladder in front of the pantry. Sitting on her tiptoes, she reaches as high as she can for a small yellow box on top shelf. Pancake mix. Without a word, you go to her side and pluck the box from the shelf with her, placing it into her outstretched hand. Okay, thank you. Quick will stand on top of the shelf for some reason, but I need some maple cakes. It's a breakfast emergency. She waggles her free finger in your face and you can't help but laugh. You can tell the house becomes more alive when this kid's around. You want to help me make them? You only need chocolate milk, coffee, pink food coloring, and pot of golos to make this breakfast dream breakfast reality. You are Mabel. Yeah, Mabel's the best. Mabel's a lot of fun. Mabel's adorable. I love Mabel. As delicious as that sounds, you're inclined to ask where the coffee comes into the mix when you realize the house is suspiciously quiet. Yeah, where's my fucking boyfriend? Mabel, where is everyone? Oh, Uncle Stan needed some stuff for your car, so went to go get merchy, techy stuff for that. I think Uncle Ford's somewhere. He heard the abominable bro man was trying to steal some soda and Pampers, so he went to help him out. Yep, that's where he went. Totally knew that. So they left you guys to make breakfast on your own? You don't know the family well enough yet to know this is commonplace, so the idea of leaving two teenagers alone to fend for themselves seems fine. If one of the teenagers wasn't Mabel, anyway. You still don't know how coffee fits into her Mabel cakes, but now you don't really want to know. Dipper attempts to hide the pancake mix from Mabel while she's grabbing the chocolate milk from the fridge, but apparently he doesn't want to find out either. Mabel, while your Mabel cakes sound absolutely divine, why don't we think of something so you don't hurt her feelings? Go out for breakfast? Is there somewhere we could go out for breakfast? We should really save the Mabel cakes till your great uncles get back. I know they wouldn't want to miss them. But I want to perfect my recipe. I have to get better at cooking and baking this stuff so I can survive out there in the world. What if in high school I have to bake some stuff and people are better than me? Mabel looks very agitated, tugging at her hair with both hands. If I can't make the perfect Mabel cakes, I can never be on Bad Dreams Dining. I gotta impress Gerald Rainbow, okay? It's our destiny. Sing of something so you don't hurt her feelings. Oh. Maybe Dipper can help you make something different? We should save the Mabel cakes for another day. A more special day. But Kay, Mabel, still standing on the stepladder, reaches up and squishes your cheeks together, her wide eyes staring into your soul. Every day's a special day with Mabel cakes. Mabel's the best. You glance at Dipper, making a please help me and I'll buy you breakfast so face you hope he understands. Yeah, Mabel. I know you want to cook more since you're becoming an adult. Sure, but don't you think Mabel's and great Uncle Ford should be here to try them too, and not just me? Again? Mabel hops off the stepladder and ponders her brother's question, lips pursed. Eventually she nods, beaming at you both. You're right, Dipper. I can't deny them that experience. You give Dipper a thankful smile over Mabel's head as she puts the ingredients back in the refrigerator. He grins back at you, rubbing the back of his neck. You wonder if he got that from one of his brothers. That's clever, now that you think about it. Great plus uncle to make uncle. Saves time on syllables. We should go to Greasy's. They have some of the best pancakes there. Like 3 different kinds of syrup if you ask Lazy Susan nicely. Yeah, it's not super far. Let's go. The kids are about to head out of the kitchen when you realize something. Wait, aren't you going to leave a note for your uncles about where we're going? Oh right, good call. Dipper scribbles out a note for Standard 4 and sticks it on the front door of the shack with one of Mabel's stickers. The kids lead the way towards the town, explaining various landmarks and the wild and wonderful stories attached to them along the way. This is where we saw those 2 ghostly old people. A convenience store? Strange, but you nod regardless. Maybe she just meant they were so old they looked like ghosts. No, they were literally ghosts! Dipper points out the diner in the distance, a long-shaped building atop a train car. The 3 of you head inside. soon realize that the kids know just about everyone in this town. Several people, young and old, wave at them as the three of you find a table, and you get the feeling that they're almost famous in Gravity Falls. They are not entirely sure why. They're pretty cute, though. Mabel blows the wrapper paper of her straw at Dipper's face, and he retaliates for swatting her with a laminated menu. An elderly woman in pastel pink waitress dress comes up to the table, and you catch the name on her tag, Susan. Hiya, kids and stranger, what can I get for you? Pancakes and all 3 syrups for me, please, Lazy Susan. Same for me, actually. Lazy Susan turns to you, notepad in hand. Where's the French toast option? I love French toast. That's my favorite breakfast. Let's go with waffles. Coming right up, sweetie. Lazy Susan winks, with her good eye, of course, and heads to the back of the diner. But wait for your food to arrive, because it was longer here than most, mainly due to Mabel and Dipper using this time to interrogate you. At first, it's somewhat intimidating. You literally crash into their house and start hanging out with your great uncles, so they have a lot of questions. Once the irrational fear of 2 13-year-olds fade out, recognize their interview for what it really is. They care about their uncles. If you do start hanging out with them more, they want to know as much about you as possible. Mabel's questions are somewhat nonsensical. So if you're stranding on a desert island with no boat, no cheating, what would you take with you? Well, Dippers are more careful and calculating. What were you doing before you came here? School, work, both, and either? Did you know about Gravity Falls before you crashed into the shack? You immediately know what Grunkle takes after. Stan and Mabel's goofy partners in crime versus the quiet brainiacs, Ford and Dipper. It's an intriguing contrast, especially now that you've been thrown into the middle of the bunch. God damn it, now I want French toast. As the twins race to see what syrup bottle drips into their mouths the fastest, Dipper's blueberry syrup beats Mabel's classic maple by half a millisecond, you swear on it. You know that the kids do a lot more for the great uncles than just be cute counterparts. And here we go. Enjoy, kiddos. Let me know if you need anything else. Lazy Susan gives out their respective plates, and the kids go quiet, shoveling down their food as they've never been fed before. Between mouthfuls of you get a few more questions about yourself and your theories on aliens versus a member of M Synchronized was your favorite. The table is near silent as the 3 of you eat. Why did you send me hammer emojis? What does that mean? That is until Mabel speaks up through a mouthful of pancake. So, okay, in a totally made up and not real situation, you had to pick who your favorite was. Who'd you pick? Uncle Stan or Uncle Ford? This seems too planned compared to her other cutesy questions. Yeah, it is. She knows what's up. Dipper elbows his sister not so subtly, and she elbows him right back, wide-eyed staring at him in a sibling-like look you can't decipher. Like, say you're in a movie, like one of those weird movies Uncle Stan watches on TV with the ladies in poofy dresses riding horses. Awfully specific, but you let her continue, taking another bite of your food. You're the main character of this movie, and you got 2 guys who are madly in love with you. This one doesn't mess around with getting right to the point, but you could only marry one of them, so you could be the next man for the throne. What would you do? If Uncle Stan and Uncle Ford were your choices, who would you go with? Stan? Duh. Where's the, I mean, you don't actually get to answer this question, but if you did, Stan. Yeah, well, that's kind of weird, isn't it? Like, really weird and kind of gross. Come on, Dipper, this is important information that's vital to my research. What research? None of your business yet, but I'm still gathering other research. Mabel leaned towards Dipper's ear to whisper, waggling her brow at you before she replies, not a whisper, but quite the opposite. Research and how you're a huge nerd. And with that, Mabel catapults a spoonful of melted butter from atop her pancakes onto Dipper's cheek with a very satisfying splat. Dipper jerks in disgust, but reality was smearing strawberry syrup onto Mabel's nose, a drop of stickiness plopping into her sweater. Ew, gross. You're gross. There's no vitro between the twins, but lots of giggles and a few more various food missiles. Eventually, syrup streaks Mabel's cheekbones and some of her hair, and Dipper has a small piece of pancake stuck to his face. You guys are dorks. Maybe you're right, but we're twins, so it's adorable. If you say so, Mabel. Wait, quick, Kay, take a picture of us while Dipper's got pancake on his face. I have what? He swipes quickly at his face after several passes gets it off. Oh, I was trying to get more candid picture of us. Mabel, you have syrup everywhere. Really? Oh, then it would have been a perfect photo. Here, let me get it. Your hands are sticky enough. You get back up with the napkin in hand and try to wipe up some of the syrup off Mabel's cheeks. The excess syrup wipes off easily, but a good portion doesn't budge. I mean, baby syrup is makeup as the next look. That's one word for it, kid. He's here. There he is. We wondered where you went once we came back to a suspiciously quiet house. If it weren't for the Dipper's note, we would have been worried. Sixer wasn't worried. I tried telling him you kids pull this kind of stuff all the time. Heading out unannounced, pulling stress in your pole of Uncle's heart. Puts a hand over his heart dramatically. All those missing hours of unpaid child labor. Actually, that wasn't me. Well, I wrote it. But he's the one who said we should do that so you know where we went. Both Ford and Stan turned to look at you, surprised. Really? Figured these two knuckleheads dragged you here. Why not make breakfast at home? This place is at least a 15-minute walk from the shack. Well, he glanced at Dipper, swiping his finger across Mabel's cheek and licking the blueberry syrup off. Mabel has a pancake in her mouth, chewing on it like a grazing sheep. I wanted to treat them something, I guess. The least I could do. They're letting me stay with you and fixing my car. I thought since you were gone, I'd take these two out for a change. Also, Mabel was going to make Mabel cakes again. You're just mad because you can't even make toast right. Yes, I can. I burned it one time. One time. Dipper holds a syrup-tipped finger in the air, indignant. Well, Mabel wanted you to enjoy your Mabel cakes too, and since there wasn't much food, I figured I'd take them out. Ford asked Mabel about her creation, wondering how much extra caffeine one could get from adding instant coffee to the concoction. Stan stays quiet. You catch him out of the corner of your eye. He's staring at you. Oh, the long-sided smile is hung at the corner of his mouth. Ah! That's my icon. That's my little profile icon. Because, look at it. How could it not be? Huh, thanks, Kay. Appreciate it. Oh, no problem at all. You smile warmly at Stan despite the heat spreading over your cheeks. But he's rubbing the back of his neck, looking down at his feet. Emma throws a theatrical wink your way. You're not sure why. She knows. She knows! Well, Kate, if you're paying, scoot over, Dipper. I want breakfast too. Stanley, it's at least 12:30. Look before it, that means it's time for brunch. Duh. See, this kid gets me. Now let me in so I can get some grub. Dipper moves to your side of the booth as Stan sits next to Mabel. And Ford sits at Dipper's side. Lazy Susan comes back and takes orders for another round of food and drinks for everyone, including Mabel, who decides she wants more pancakes. He's starting to regret offering to pay, but as Stan and Mabel turn their hands at the syrup-dripped place with Dipper cheering them on, Ford watching with a wide grin on his face. You know, you don't really mind that much. Have I played this before? Yes, I have played this before, but it's been a really long time. I haven't played this in like months and months and months. I think the last time I played this was sometime in the middle of last year. Over the next few days, you continue to help out around the Mystery Shack. Not out of obligation, but because you have nothing better to do. Besides, Seuss, practically the golden retriever of people, is really digging the input on the current installments from an outsider's perspective. Bless his soul, the guy's even offered you a job if you end up stranded here forever, dude, and need to make a life for yourself. Stan nearly choked on a nice pop as he overheard. Thinking about it now, the relationship between Seuss and Stan is unexpected, if not a little odd. But it makes you smile that no matter how many times Stan may roll his eyes as he does it, he'll always help Seuss get something done just right. Showered and dressed, you go outside as per usual, but don't see anyone. After a few minutes' search, you find Stan standing with his back to you in one of the exhibit rooms, admiring the weird, wonderful animal aliments he collected for his tourist trap, hand at his chin in thought. Am I interrupting something important between you and the goose turkey? Stan turns at the sound of your voice, smiling. Nope, you need something? You have any plans tonight? He mulls your question over for a few moments, giving you an excessive look up and down. I got a couple errands to run. Right, you want to tag along? Only if you need a partner in crime. Stan blinks in surprise. Ha, where are you, psychic? Wait, really? It was just a figure of speech. You guess you should have known better. Alright, I'm heading out in a couple hours. Meet me out front. Couple hours, but no buts, Kay. You can't rush this stuff. Trust me. Okay, sure. Not ominous at all, Stan. Yeah. Meet me out front if you think you can handle it. He turns to go, stops for a second, and then turns back. Oh, wear something black. Oh, and wear black, something you don't mind getting dirty. And before you can ask why, he's gone into the depths of the shack. A couple hours turn into a handful, which you pass by watching some TV with Mabel and Dipper and dozing off. You have no idea what kind of satellite they get out here, but the show's on now. Are some of the most bizarre programming you've ever seen. Once you've had enough of waiting, you change into your darkest clothes and sit out on the front steps of the shack, watching as the sun starts to sink past the trees. It's cloudy and unusually warm for this time of day. There's a nice breeze out. It's strange that these errands need to happen so late in the day. Considering the things you've gathered from his criminal past, however, maybe this is a typical weekday night for Stan. The screen door creaks and out comes Stan, dressed all in black, just like you are, with a lumpy duffel bag under one arm and a briefcase in the other. As he's about to speak, a sudden gust of wind comes along and ruffles his hair, and he smooths it down irritatedly before getting his cool and nodding at you. Ready? Ready. You sign into the passenger seat as Stan slams into the driver's seat. It takes a couple tries to start, but the engine's chugging away by the time you've got your seatbelt on. The radio simmers to life, as the engine does, spitting out generic-sounding rock music into the leather-scented air of the car's interior. After a moment spent adjusting mirrors and fiddling with knobs, Stan slots the gear shifted to drive and pulls out of the mystery shack slot and down the road to town. The radio's on, and Stan taps his fingers on the steering wheel to the beat of the music while he drives. So I take it we're not making a quick trip for milk and eggs? He laughs and glances over at you. Nope. Then where are we going? First off is to see a buddy of mine, a hunter. I get all my taxidermy supplies from him. So that's where you get your parts from? Yeah? Oh, I just figured you got her from the local farm or something. And your business with those hippies? Not a chance. Well, I really enjoyed making that showpiece with you the other day. I had no idea you were so creative. He glances over at you with a poorly hidden surprise, turning almost immediately back to the road and shrugging. It's just gluing stuff together, really. Oh, really? It takes a lot of skill. I couldn't do that in real life. You have a real gift for it. He turns to you again, his cheeks go a little pink when he sees the smile you're giving him. Well, thanks. After a moment, he faces the road again. Now he's tapping out the rhythm of the song with a little more enthusiasm, and even humming the chorus as he drives. Do you have any other hobbies? He rolls his shoulders back in a shrug, his head tilting off a bit toward the window. These days I spend most of my time out on the boat with Ford, hunting monsters, discovering things. He pauses, watching the road without expression. Used to box. It shows. He looks at you again, grinning. That's amazing. I wish I had grown up doing something like that. I wouldn't mind showing you a few things if you wanted. Yeah. I'd like that. After about 20 minutes of rural scenery, Stan pulls off the road onto a long gravel driveway that appears into the woods. Is this the place? Stan nods and rounds a turn to reveal a clearing populated by a trailer home and a couple sheds. The trailer is a bit run down and shabby, and one of the sheds looks like it's about one strong sneeze from collapsing. Not really the place you want to be at night, well, alone with a guy you practically just met. Be honest, did you bring me here to murder me? Stan laughs, cutting the engine and resting his arm on the back of the front seat. Fortunately, you figured it out, so now I definitely got it for you. I'm kidding, kid. Relax. He moves to get out of the car, then turns back with a creepy, blank expression on his face. Where am I? You chuckle nervously, and he laughs again, pushing the door open. Seriously, I'm kidding. Won't be long. At the door to the trailer, Stan knocks and the door opens on a dark interior before he walks inside. The door shuts behind him. You give the yard a few curious glances before realizing that the weird pile of sticks you've been looking at is actually bones. You quickly pull out your phone to look at it instead. 10 minutes later, it stands back, carrying a large cardboard box in both hands. You see him fumble with the handle of the rear left door for a moment before you reach back over the seat and pop it open for him. A peek in the box reveals a few various shades of furry somethings and an animal soul you don't recognize. This doesn't seem like something worth busting out all your darkest doubts for. We aren't by chance robbing a bank, are we? Because I would have brought gloves. Stan laughs. No, nothing like that. He starts the car up again and you're back on the road. Somehow I'm not quite convinced. Well, who knows where this night's gonna take us? Could be legal, could be not. That a problem? Ha, you're a riot, kid. Sam takes the highway. The final minutes of the sunset burnt orange and purple ahead of you. Welcomed sign from Gravity Falls disappears into the rear view mirror. A new song comes on the radio, something bright and bouncy with lyrics about love, and his fingers get back to tapping. In the retreating light, you can see faded patches of the rim of the steering wheel, color worn away from decades worth of his touch. The passenger seat you sit in hasn't yet taken on the shape of someone specific. Even after all this time, the springs still feel brand new. Meanwhile, on the driver's side of the car, Stan settled easily into his seat, which fits him as well as a finely tailored jacket. You tuck your leg up under its mate, leaning back into the dark leather of the DeVille's interior, and watch cars pass your seat out the windshield. After a few minutes of music-backed silence, you feel like breaking it. Saying this is over you, momentarily confused as to why you're bringing this up. And a lifetime ban from the zoo. Stan laughs. Ha, that's pretty good. He thinks for a minute, presumably to come up with a joke of his own. Alright, a blonde walks into a bank. Come here, exhibit. Oh no, this is gonna be one of those awful blondes or dumb jokes, is it? He levels a withering look at you. Can I tell a joke? I don't know, can you? You grin at your lower lip, caught between your teeth, clearly joking, and you chuckles. Anyway, blonde walks into a bank in New York. She goes up to the bank manager and she says, I'd like to take out a loan for $5,000. I'm taking a vacation overseas. The car passes you on the highway, going 20 over the speed limit. Stan swears, then sniffles it. Yeesh, night drivers. So the bank manager goes, well, miss, do you have the collateral? We need collateral for that kind of loan. And she nods and says she does, and she takes the bank manager out to the parking lot where she's got $50,000 Ferrari waiting, and she says, this is my car. You get to lunch to it until I pay back my loan. Stan continues, glancing over at you, and you trying to suppress a smile. The bank manager is confused, but he figures if this lady doesn't pay, he's gonna have a nice new Ferrari in his garage, so he agrees. A sign for the exit points off to the right. The tax rating County Road 228, and Stan takes it off the highway. So he gives the blonde her 5 Gs. She hands him the keys to her car, and she heads off to Europe. A month later, she shows back up at the bank with 5 Gs, and the interest for the loan, which figures to be about $15. Stan continues turning down an unlit gravel road, the headlights casting spooky shadows through the trees. The bank manager takes the repayment for the loan and the interest and has one of his employees bring the car out in front of the bank for the blonde. Out ahead on the road, a deer turns his face to the car and leaps across the road to disappear into the woods. Just before she leaves, the bank manager stops the blonde and says, Lady, I'm real confused here. You're clearly loaded enough to afford this car, and you paid it back the loan and then some. Why take out the loan if you're so rich? And the lady turns to him, runs a hand through her hair, and says, Where else can I park my car in New York City for 2 weeks for only $15? It's fun. Bursts into wild laughter, and he laughs along with you. Alright, I take it back. That was the best blonde joke I've ever heard in my life. Just as you finish speaking, Stan pulls off to the side of the road and engine dies. As you step out of the car, the unearthly silence of the woods envelops the two of you. Out in the woods ahead, you see a single bright light. This the place? Just about. You follow him back toward the trunk, which he opens and slowly frowning as he squeaks. What are we doing here? You, might not guess it looking at me, but I got a thing. The two of you stare at each other for a moment and he looks a little nervous. For our aww. Yeah, I like art too. He brightened, smiling in the dim haze of the trunk light. Well, this chump hit up this hill here has one for the artist's Gustav Klein. Snuck it from right up under me at an auction. I've been trying to buy it off him for years, but the joke won't sell no matter how much I offer him. Trust me, you meet this guy, you know it's out of spite. So we're stealing it? Got it, kid. Stan laughs quietly, fishing around the duffel bag for you don't know what. Wait till you see it. It's a masterpiece. I've been waiting 6 months for him to go out of town. Here, take these. Pulls a pair of gloves from the bag, handing them to you. Then you slide them on and they fit almost perfectly. Guess your size right? You nod, wiggling your fingers. Stan chuckles, pulling out a pair of his own. A set of black leather driving gloves with silver snap closures that lit in the light in the trunk. Ready, kid? Stan tucks a few things into the inner pockets of his jacket that you can't see in the low light, and with the trunk shut just as quietly as it was open, you follow him up into the woods toward the distant lane. As you near it, a porch takes shape with the lights glow. Behind it, the dark shape of a house sits in the even darker woods. Stan leads you past the front porch and around the corner of the house to a set of stairs that appears to lead to the basement. Ah, this is my favorite part. He withdraws a small black shape from his pocket and something that looks like it might be a pen. The pen-shaped thing turns out to be a small flashlight, and he holds it in his teeth as he opens a black case to reveal a set of lock-picking tools. You're a lucky person, kid. You get to see the artist in action. He gets to work inserting one tool and wiggling it down to the bottom of the keyhole, then pulling out another and poking at the innards of the lock with it. He glance around in the darkness as he works, half expecting to get caught before you get anywhere. But then the lock clicks and Stan stands, opening the door for you with a flourish. That was super cool. He beams with pride and you smile politely as you step through the door in front of him. The basement isn't lit. It smells like dust and mildew, the air sour with wet dirt and mold. Stan moves past you in the dark, his little pen flashlight still lit, and leads you through a cobwebby laundry room towards a door to cross from the bottom of a set of rickety wooden stairs. Wait till you see this, kid. He picks the lock of this door just as quickly as he picked the last, and the door creaks open to a dark room with odd flooring barely lit by Stan's flashlight. Stan goes first, and as you follow him in, he hits a light switch, revealing a beautifully designed gallery with plush scarlet carpets and gleaming wood panels full of paintings of black clowns. Stan looks more excited than you've seen him yet, his arms crossed over his chest and a warm smile on his face. Can you believe that hillbilly chump has a collection like this? You shake your head slowly, still looking around the room with wide eyes. Someday all these are going to be mine. Come on, I'll show you the one we're here to get. You follow him into the back of the room, and he stops in front of a large painting of a clown with bright red lips and blue circles on his cheeks. His eyes outlined in black with comically large eyelashes painted onto his eyelids. His neck ruff drooped sadly, and his costume is dingy and worn. What do you think? Then we'll do the meme. You really like this kind of thing? No kidding? Stan's voice is edged to hope. They're all beautifully done. It's nice to meet someone who really appreciates these like I do. I love the irony. Clowns are supposed to be happy, but he's not. I wish I knew the story behind it. They look over at Stan and he looks delighted. Yay! Hot frozen waffles, you really do like it. Well, let's get this thing off the wall and out of here. As he works to get the clowning out off the wall, you wander through the room looking at the other paintings. As you look over a portrait of a man with Durham in his white and black striped shirt, you're suddenly grabbed by your shoulders. Boo! Ah! You scream, eyes shut in fear as you throw a weak karate chop at the source of the noise, making unimpressive contact with something solid and muscular. After a moment's panic, you squeeze whatever the thing is with your hand and open your eyes, finding... Ha! Was that supposed to hurt me? Stan's arm and shoulder. Boy, he's really packing some heat in here. Wow. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah! Yeah, man. His arms are my favorite thing about him. He laughs, apparently very pleased with himself for scaring the absolute life out of you. You need those boxing tips even more than I thought. You couldn't defend yourself from a fly with moves like that. You laugh shakily, and it's then you realize you're still feeling up Stan's arm. Sorry about that. You pull your hips away a bit too fast and he chuckles, blushing all the way up to his ears. Ah! No problem, kid. He clears his throat and the silence between you begins to grow awkward before it's interrupted. Upstairs, in what is supposed to be an empty house, you hear footsteps crossing towards the door to the basement. Stan apparently hears them too, and a sudden series of expressions crossing his face from shock to confusion to terror, finally setting on indignation. He quickly takes you by the arm, whispering harshly in your ear as he drags you toward the entrance of the clown room. As soon as he comes in here, shut the door and I'll shove these boxes in front. You nod, and just as a line of sight from the top of the stairs moves to a wide swath, you and Stan duck behind a wall near the door to freedom. One corner of the stolen painting poking you uncomfortably in the ribs. Who's down there? Slippered feet come down the wooden steps ahead of you, and when their owner notices the light on his head, he holds something long and gun-shaped out in front of himself. Hines, if that's you, I swear to God, I'm really going to shoot you this time. Gun-shaped? Gun-shaped? Gun? Gun! Stan nudges you, jabbing a thumb towards the door leading outside and jerks his head towards it. You take a step out from behind the wall, take Stan's hand in your own. You pull him into a jog and then a run. The two of you scrambling up the concrete steps out into the cool night air as his voice shouts soars behind you. Stan kicks the door shut on his way out, and there's a startled yelp behind you as it makes contact with the owner of the house. There's more swearing, but you lose it behind you as you run, flashlight in one hand, and Stan's hand in the other. We're holding hands. We're holding hands. When you reach the tree line, you part and maneuver your way through the bushes and brambles, Stan crashing in through them behind you. As you run, a deafening gunshot goes off behind you, and you realize you're being chased. Holy smokes, run for it, Kay. The noise is closer, close enough that you can hear your pursuer swearing continuously and loudly. You slow a bit, flashlight, that's it, flashing your light behind you and raising the beam to find this visibly enraged face of a man with a rifle in his hands. Acting on pure instinct, you fling the flashlight in the direction of the angry man and take off running again. After a moment, the man cries out and the sound of pursuit fade in one final cry. Damn you, Hines. Stan cackles. Sounds like you hit him. You reach the Stanmobile first, sliding into the passenger seat as Stan slips into climbing into the back seat before joining you in front, both of you panting and huffing. Stan hurriedly starts the engine and pulls off. At the next driveway, he does the fastest three-point turn you've ever seen in your life, and then peels off down the gravel road and screeches out onto the highway. Stan's quiet for a second before letting loose into wild, triumphant laughter. Thought he was going to catch me for sure that time. Did a man just shoot at us? Stan nods, still chuckling and apparently pretty pleased he didn't get hit. Then lets out a long, loud sigh, his white-knuckled hands at 10 and 2 on the steering wheel. Yeah, that was holy moly. You okay, Kay? He wheels back onto the highway, back in the direction you came from, and you lapse into comfortable silence. After a while, he starts humming along with the radio, and knowing the song this time, you hum along with him. Nobody follows welcome sign passes by again, but the route Stan's taking doesn't seem to lead back to the shack. Instead, you come to stop outside a row and rows of used cars. A car dealership. Stan slides out of the car, withdrawing something from his pocket with the breast of his jacket. Once you get out and around to the front bumper, you can see that it's a cigar. Mind if I smoke? Usually I would say yes, but because it's him. Thanks, I don't like smoking on the kids, you know. I'm already a bad enough influence. He chuckles and withdraws a pack of matches from his pocket, and his face is bathed in the light of the flame. From your place ways down the road, Stan surveys the lot, eyes sweeping back and forth until they land on what looks to be a fuse box under the dark overhang of the roof on the far side of the dealership. What are we getting? New drive belt, some spark plugs, and a couple other things I can't remember the name of and aren't worth explaining. It won't take all night though, right? He shakes his head, taking a long drag from a cigar, smoke rolling off his lips and out into the night. You lean back against the front bumper of the car next to him and stuff your hands in your pockets. There isn't much light pollution around here, so the stars are bright and numerous above. Provided your car gets fixed up, this might not turn out to be such a bad trip. You take a deep breath in through your nose, the smell of sweet, heady cigar smoke and crisp night air filling your lungs. So how are we doing this? You gotta get rid of the light. I doubt Bud's clever enough to have night vision cameras. He laughs a little as he speaks, smoke blowing out of the night leads your negotiable laugh. But we cut the power to the whole place, and the cameras are going to be gone anyway. So we cut the power, find a car the same make and model as yours, and dig out the parts your car needs, an hour, maybe an hour and a half tops. I can get the lights. Dan turns his head, looks at you, waving away a fresh cloud of smoke as he accidentally inhales in your direction. You sure? Yeah, I got it. Two of you stand there in silence for a few more minutes before he bends down and grinds his cigar, holding the asphalt, straightening with a groan and huff of quiet laughter. You start to remember why I quit doing this kind of thing. You sure you're alright with this kid? You know, robbing the place? You don't think I can do it? No, that's not it. You've been keeping up with me just fine all night. You just don't seem like you have a lot of experience here. But I got a fun experience, so let alone. Smiles, a warm and genuine expression that makes something fuzzy and soft inside you. Yeah, it does. You don't notice you're staring until he turns away and moves away toward the trunk. He reaches into the car and pulls a lever from under the driver's side of the front seat, and the trunk pops open. You follow him into it, and after rummaging around in the contents for a minute, you pull out a pair of pliers. Alright, you go over and take care of the lights. I gotta get a few things together. You crash down behind the fence when you reach the lot, scrambling along the shadows until you reach the dealership main building. With a peek over the edge, you feel that the wall of the building is cast in shadow from a poorly placed streetlight. Another peek, and you spot a car at the same make as yours, off to the back of the lot near a sign that says Discount Selection, Big Deals. It takes an embarrassing amount of effort to get over to the fence. You manage it and press yourself flat against the wall, inching towards the fuse box. It's locked, but you pry it open with the pliers and look over what's inside. A bunch of switches, some wires. The biggest switch? Aha! With your face pinched in concentration, you push the biggest switch in the opposite direction, and the entire property goes dark. You slip the tools into your back pocket and take a look around just to make sure the power's out. With a satisfied nod, you feel your way out into the parking lot, knocking your shins on 3 separate cars before you figure out you should probably just stop and wait for Stan. Where you at, kid? His voice isn't far away, but he isn't close either. You feel your way around an SUV, then a sedan. The gravel of the parking lot crunches on your feet, and you reflexively stare down at the ground ahead of you as your eyes slowly adjust to the darkness. Out ahead of you, a flashlight turns on and scans the lot until it finds you. Found you. You sound amused, probably the way you're standing with your arms spread wide over the sleek modern sports car. Getting familiar with the merchandise, yeah? You give the car an awkward pat and make your way towards the beginning of the flashlight's beam. You see anything the same make as yours before you shut the lights off? Yeah, there's one back in the discount section. It's kind of insulting now that you think about it, actually. He hands you the flashlight when you reach him, and you start slowly back towards the discount cars. Discount. Your car it's a classic. It's usually extremely reliable. To be perfectly honest, it's not even your fault that it's in the state of it. It was Ford's whatever it is. You're deep in salty thoughts when hands suddenly grab your ribs on either side. Gotcha. Ah! You scream and throw back an elbow at whatever's got a hold of you, and you hear Stan yelp and fall in a clatter of kicked gravel and metal clinking together. He scared you again. Holy smokes, kid. You turn the flashlight to where you heard him fall, and you find him with the hand flipped over his face, blood dribbling out from between his gloved fingers. Yeah, I deserved that one. Oh shit, I didn't mean. I'm really sorry. Nah, I'll be alright. Just help me out. You tuck the still lit flashlight into your back pocket for a moment, reaching down and finding his hands in the dark to pull him up. Once he's on his feet, you retrieve the flashlight from your pocket. As you bring the beam to Stan's face, you find him holding a handkerchief over his nose and squinting. Huh? Oh, return. There we go. apparently brought it back up with him, and it's sitting on the ground behind him where he presumably dropped it when you elbowed him. You know, that was a really solid hit. You got a lot of power in there. I don't know if you were just saying it to be nice earlier, but I really could show you some moves. Teach you how to direct that string. He removes the hanky from his nose for a moment, gently prodding at the bridge of his nose with a finger and frowns. Well, not broken, that's for sure. That's good. He laughs quietly, taking a clean corner of the handkerchief and dabbing at his nose with it, grimacing and sniffling hard when it comes back stiffly. Good to go. Are you sure you're alright? Yeah, of course. I've gotten worse beatings than that, believe me. His face is flushed with some injury, but he does look otherwise okay, so you sigh and plant your hand on your nose. Then let's finish this. He reaches out towards you, then catches a glimpse of blood and reconsiders wiping his glove clean as he can with the hanky. When you reach the car you spotted earlier, he pops the hood and drops his pack on the ground next to the bumper, unzipping it to reveal jumbled variations of wrenches and tools. Alright, hold the flashlight steady on the engine and keep an eye out. Watch him work. Keeping a lookout was definitely important, you think, as he rolls up his sleeves and exposes his sturdy, well-muscled forearms. Oh yeah! That's wow. Hell yeah, it's wow. His gloved hands take deliberate, practiced movements without hesitation, zoning in on the spark plugs immediately. He bends over the front of the car, his jacket running up his back as he stretches to grab a deeply set part, and you catch one glimpse of skin before you hastily turn your attention back to the lot in front of you. You're suddenly very glad it's dark as you feel a brush spreading over your face and all the way out to your ears. It doesn't take long for him to get what he needs for your car, shutting the hood and setting his pack on it as he stuffs parts into it. That was quick. That was quick. Nah, the parts you need are easy to find. Just takes the right. Hey, what's going on over there? That you, bud? Beam and flashlight finds you both, and Stan turns around quickly, leaving the bag behind himself on the hood. Yeah? Pines, what the heck happened to your face? What are you doing here? Hey, are you stealing parts again? No. Stan inches closer to you until your shoulders touch, and behind you he pushes the bag into your hand before lowering his voice to speak to you. Run for it. Keep the bag out of sight and toss it into some bushes nearby. I'll get it later. You nod, picking up the bag and holding it behind yourself. The flashlight by the road moved closer, and you slowly scoot away from the car and backwards. Hey you, where are you going? You move backwards a little faster, still keeping the bag out of sight, and when the light leaves you, check on Stan and make a break for it towards the back fence, throwing the bag over it ahead of you. A new voice nearby speaks up, and you yell. Hey, where are you going, burglar? You're under arrest! For burglary! There's a shout from Stan behind you, and then a heavy thud, and one of the car alarms starts squealing. You're so surprised by the alarm that the second cop gets his hand on your wrists and slaps a pair of handcuffs on you. You better quit your squirming there, buddy. We caught you fair and square. Aw, come on, Gloves. I saved the town from an interdimensional demon. Give me a break. Sorry, Stan. We got a job to do. Stan grumbles quietly, and the man behind you leads you towards the road. Behind Stan and Bubs, who've now gone with the cops. You need to get out of this, but how? Try and grab something off his belt. He closes space between you and the cop behind you. Once something moves between your fingers, you grab it, bring you back. Well, you're not sure what it is, but it feels like it's cold metal, so you slip it into your back pocket. Aw, shoot, darling, we don't have the cruiser. Me and my ideas for romantic strolls in the moonlight. Aw, they were on a date. That's so cute. Well, why don't we just commandeer Stan's car? You mean commandeer? I don't know. Ever darling, you're absolute delight and a cherished to have you as my life partner. Aw! Aw! That's so cute. Everyone giggles behind you and Blubs giggles with him. The two of them push you and Stan into the back seat of his car, crowding you in with the clowning. Stan grips it protectively, muttering under his breath about the fuzz. He's quiet for most of the ride, only speaking up once. You okay, Kay? He falls silent after you respond and stays that way all the way back to the station. Inside the station, Derlin leads you to a pair of chairs by a desk, and Lubbs disappears down a hallway. Lubbs is back after a few minutes, a deep frown set into his face, and after directing this frown at Derlin, he takes you to stand down another hallway to a set of cells. At the first, he withdraws a set of keys and opens the door. You and Stan are cuffed, and with a solid and somewhat alarming clang, the cell door is shut and locked. You two better get comfortable. We'll get your prints in the morning. Stan grumbles, sitting down to one of the provided bunk beds, and you sit down to one next to him, facing him. He pulls off his gloves, tucking them inside out into his pockets, and fills with a loose thread on the thin wool blanket on the bunk bed. Through the door at the end of the hallway, you hear Derlin say something about fancy black fingerprints and gloves. Here in the bright fluorescent lights, you can see that he still has a bit of blood smeared under his nose and on his chin, and you feel a flush of embarrassment when you remember that you're the one who did that to him. How are we ever going to get out of here? Stan shrugs, crossing his arms over his chest and flopping back onto the mattress. I don't think we can, kid. Let's see if I can convince them that you got hypnotized with something into coming along with me. Keep you out of trouble. Listen, if you're going down for this, then so am I. He laughs quietly, propping himself up on his elbows. You don't want to get in trouble with the law, kid, trust me. This isn't my first time spending the night in jail, not by a long shot. Sounds rough. Yeah, well, so it goes. This won't be so bad compared to 5 years in a Colombian prison. There's a story behind that, but he doesn't look like he wants to tell it at the moment. Anyway, the only way we're getting out of here is with the keys. Then we could just slip out a window or something. You think for a moment, stuffing your hands into your pockets and suddenly remember the thing you grabbed off your second top, Derlin. Oh, wait. You jump to your feet and dig into your back pocket, withdrawing a small metal thing you've stole to find that it's a set of car keys on a plastic keepsake photo fob. Stan's not looking, staring down at the floor of the cell instead, but you think you know what to do with these. You go up to the bars of the cell looking for Derlin. Hey, can you hear me out there? You dropped your car keys. A faint discussion in the room stops, and a moment later Derlin comes into view. Where'd you get my keepsake key fob? I've been looking for that. You hold it out to the bars with both hands. As he reaches for his key fob, you reach out to his belt with your right hand and clip the ring of keys out of his belt. He doesn't notice. Derlin thanks you for returning his key fob and leaves you both stand a scrutinizing stare before heading back down the hallway and through the door. You hold the keys out in front of yourself and jingle them triumphantly. Look what I got off Derlin. Stan stares at your hand in disbelief, then at you, then at the keys, then back at you again before laughing. Are you sure you don't have experience with this kind of thing? Stan takes the keys from you, looking them over in his palm. He smiles up at you, then looks down at the keys and covers his mouth with his hand, dragging it down his chin. I can't believe I've been showed up by a tourist. We'll get used to it, buddy, because I've got skills. He looks proud, smiling up at you like you just handed him $1 million. We're in love! Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get the heck out of here. He stands as you reach through the bars and try keys until one works. The door swings open with a quiet creak, and you keep out down the hallway to the door. You get open in a crack, looking out into the lobby and see Lubbs asleep at the front desk, Derlin not in sight. Slowly, you pull the door open and move to the lobby. Stan taps your shoulder and whispers low. I gotta get my keys. You see him anywhere? You glance around and spot them next to where Lubbs is asleep, through a pulling on the tables. Shoot. Crossing your fingers for luck, you sneak over to the desk and reach down to grab him when suddenly Lubbs stirs and mumbles. Dang, Bigfoot, stealing my shoes, drenching all my shoes. Stan snorts behind you and you manage to suppress a laugh as you pluck the keys away. Wait, hold on. Stan disappears into another room, and you're stunned, wondering what the hell he could be doing right now that's more important than escaping. Before you have the chance to call him something you might regret later, he reappears in the doorway with troublesome clown painting on his arm. Seriously? Duh. Alright, let's roll. Slipping out with only a click of the station door closing behind you, you and Stan climb into his car and escape into the night. After stopping by Bud's dealership to pick up the hidden backpack, you and your partner in crime head back to the shack in comfortable silence. You'd feel tired if it weren't for the adrenaline. You carry the backpack inside while Stan brings in the clowning and the briefcase, then he will from the kitchen table. I'd call that a successful night. Even though we got arrested, so would I. And fun, too. You bend over at him and realize in the bright kitchen light he's still got blood on his face. How do you keep forgetting? You're the one who elbowed him after all. Well, come here. You pull one of the chairs out from under the table, gesturing for him to sit down. He looks a little wary but obeys, the chair's ancient metal frame creaking under his weight. You grab a couple paper towels, turning on the faucet in the sink and wetting them. Mentally steadying yourself, you hold the side of his face and neck in your hand. With gentle pressure, you guide his head to tilt back until he's lit up fully by the overhead light. You can feel him blush under your hand. His skin heating up, and he seems too surprised to protest or even speak as you wipe the now dried blood from his face. He's quiet while you work, watching you with warm brown eyes framed by dark lashes. I could have taken care of this myself, you know. He says this, but he hasn't pulled away or made any move to leave. I did damage, the least I could do is clean up after myself. Smooch him. I want to kiss him, but you don't get to kiss him until later. You don't get to kiss him until almost the end. It's so frustrating. I wanna kiss him right now. Anyway, you've done plenty as it is. Paper towels you've become too soiled to work with, so you toss them into the trash and go back to get a few more. Your hand returns to his cheek, and you could be imagining things, but almost feel as he leans into it. Yeah! Yeah! I really did have a good time with you tonight. I had no idea crime could be so fun. He smirks, avoiding your gaze. I had a good time too. He paused for a moment, realizing something. Those cops aren't going to come after us, are they? Stan shrugs. Probably not. They're nice enough guys, but not exactly confident. You laugh quietly and he smirks up at you. He stands back to make sure you're finished and tosses black paper towels into the trash. You sure it's not broken? Nah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Your hand lingers on his cheek. Ah! Where's the kiss him button? Where's the kiss him button? Where's the kiss him button? Whatever. Take a fortified deep breath and lean down, wrapping your arms around him. Thanks for the car parts. You pull away and he's got a funny look on his face. And for the good time. Well, good night. He stares at you for a moment with that look on his face, then composes himself and gives you a beefy smile. Sleep tight, Kay. You brush your teeth and change into your pajamas, and it's not until you get into bed that you realize you're still smiling. The rush from it all hasn't completely faded, but after a while your eyes grow heavy and you drift off to sleep. Nobody back home is ever going to believe this. Ah! Okay. This game is a lot longer than I remember it being, so I'm gonna stop here. This is gonna be part 1. And I will definitely play more of this. Here, wait, let me save. Okay. Save. There. Okay, so this is a lot longer than I realized it was going to be. This is a lot longer than I remember, and there's a lot of reading that goes with it. So, this is part 1. There will be more parts in the future for sure, because I absolutely have to finish this. So, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time. And, Happy Valentine's Day!